Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 14. So far so good. I mean, we find ourselves 6th, but you know, it's still early days. We've got a game in hand. We're just 3 points behind Chelsea. So not too bad. I'm happy with the way I've started out this season. And you know, I'm really enjoying this current squad that I've got at my disposal at the moment. As you know, I improved the defence in the summer, also the midfield as well, ever so slightly. I know some people, whenever they start a new career, they just spend. Sometimes that's not needed, you know. Just bring in 2 or 3 top players and that should be enough. I think that's the case at the moment with this United side. At the moment, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with the January transfer window, whether I'm going to be active in it. You guys, oh, look at that from Torre. Fantastic opportunity for him to make it 1-0 against United, but De Gea looking lively, collecting the ball nicely. But anyway, you guys have been fantastic, leaving your suggestions of players I should bring in, and I have took quite a few of those on board. But the thing is, after splashing the cash out on Hummels and Fabregas in the summer, that's only really left me with 300,000, and look at that from Carrick as well. The post was hit so many times in this game. So I've only really got 300,000 to spend in the January transfer window, so I'm not too sure whether I should sell someone or just leave the team as it is until the end of the season. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. It'll be interesting to hear what you think I should do, what you guys have maybe done in the past when you've only got something like 300,000 to spend. Look at that again. The post being abused in this game so many times. Negredo was offside for City. This was another tough game against another top rival of Man United's. It was straight off the back of that heavy loss at Anfield against Liverpool. A game that I thought we deserved a bit more from. We controlled it better than Liverpool. We had more chances than them. They made every chance that they had pay. And they did fantastic, you know, hats off to them. We should have done a lot better than we did in the final third. And it was just unfortunate that we had to lose that game. It was Man City that opened up the scoring at the Etihad just before half time. It was James Milner. And as you'll see on the replay, I was very shocked that it went in. As you'll see, Hummels comes to intercept Milner there with the sliding tackle, and the ball ricochets off Hummels' body. Very unfortunate. Normally, when I do something like that, the ball just gets knocked away and maybe back into our possession. Not this time, obviously, as we found ourselves 1-0 down. Had our work cut out, had to do absolutely everything in my power to at least try and come away with a point from this game. Wasn't to be there with that Van Persie shot on his right foot. Good save by Joe Hart. Yaya Toure, very threatening throughout the whole of this game, with a decent free kick, just whistled over the crossbar. De Gea didn't have to work for it that much. As the game entered the closing stages, I thought to myself, you know, if I'm to lose this game, I don't want to be conceding any more goals. So some crucial defending there by Vertonghen and Hummels. But my finishing just wasn't up to par, it wasn't up to standards. Very disappointing, but we will have to play them now later on in the season. We do have to keep moving on though, and our next game was against Sunderland away from home. There was Johnny Evans, the guy that I sold in the summer to Sunderland, and that was his replacement, Mats Hummels, or well, maybe for Vidic or Ferdinand, but they're still at the club, so I'll just say that Hummels was Johnny Evans' replacement. We'll leave it at that. So this game against Sunderland, you know, I wanted to pick myself up from that loss against City. We needed the win as well. I can't be dropping crucial points. I know that it's the smaller games that matter when it comes to the league, but the bigger games, especially when it's against your rivals, yeah, you want to be winning those, definitely. So I need to build on that, especially when we have to play City and Liverpool again a bit later on. We did well against Chelsea, that was a good result. This game against Sunderland anyway, enough was enough. I was getting very frustrated. We weren't piling on enough pressure, we weren't testing their goalkeeper, but eventually we broke through, and it was Wayne Rooney that continued on his goal scoring form with a shot on his left foot, not his best. I thought it was kind of a scrappy goal, even though when you look at the replay it looks pretty decent outside the box. The ball going from right to left, just curling away from the keeper. Not too bad, but a goal's a goal, I suppose, at the end of the day. There's Fellaini as well. He started this game instead of Michael Carrick, who was looking tired at the time. So I thought, you know what, I'll give Fellaini a bit of a chance in the United side, even though I have thought about maybe selling him on. Maybe Fellaini is one of the players that I sell in January. We'll just have to see, guys, and see what your thoughts are on that matter. I was a bit disappointed with Van Persie in this game. He wasn't up to the standards that I've come to expect of him so far this season. Yeah, he makes it 2-0 here to Manchester United. So that was kind of a lift and kind of made up for his mistakes that he made in this game, I suppose. But I do kind of expect better, especially against the smaller sides in the league. And look at Fellaini as well, being the playmaker. Could see Van Persie running into that pocket of space and allowed him to strike the ball. It was a finesse shot as well, which is why it kind of looked funny on his right foot. But there we go, full time against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, and we come away with a 2-0 win. Not too bad. Back-to-back games in this episode, guys. Our next one was against Southampton at Old Trafford. Southampton do possess a player that I would like to see at United, not only in real life but in this career mode as well, and that's Luke Shaw. I'm thinking if I do get a bit of money for January, if I do maybe sell someone like Fellaini, for example, maybe I do bring in Luke Shaw. If not, then I'll save that sign-in for the summer. But this game anyway against Southampton, we got off to a flyer. It was Shinji Kagawa that made it 1-0 to United. How he scored that, I don't know. It was a fantastic finish, great technique. The ball was hit on the outside of his right boot, set up nicely by Robin Van Persie. Not really the best camera angle to see it, but what happened there was the ball was hit. It was kind of like, very reminiscent of that Wayne Rooney goal he scored in real life against Newcastle. The ball went from left to right, curled around the keeper. Wonderful stuff. But Southampton kept piling on the pressure. They wanted to get back into this game. Adam Lallana trying to muscle his way through my back four. I didn't start Matt Hummels for this game. It was Vertonghen, Phil Jones, Everett and Chris Smalling that started this one. Really wanted to freshen up that back four, as I thought it was getting just a little bit stale as I was playing these games. So I thought, why not? We'll go with Chris Smalling as well. Valencia also, before this game, came to me and said, you know, I'm getting a bit worried about my place in the starting 11. Maybe a couple of games would be nice. So I was more than happy to give it to him. It was like the perfect timing, really, because Mata was looking tired, and so in came Valencia. Plus, it's good to keep morale midway-ish with some of the other players that aren't going to get used that much. It just saves the hassle of them coming to you, handing in their transfer request, or maybe seeing that they're homesick. As you just saw as well, United put themselves 2-0 up against Southampton, making it increasingly harder for them to get back into this game now at such a late stage. It was a goal by Rooney, and just look at James Wilson there. As I mentioned in my previous episode, I'm going to be using Wilson a lot more throughout this season, and he had a great chance there. It was a great run, and he did well under the pressure. A bit of jostling going on, bit of tugging here and there, but James Wilson came out on top. It was just unfortunate that finishing wasn't the best as the ball went into the Stretford end. Rooney showed Wilson how it's done. As you can see, Wilson just behind him. That's a great shot to have. But Rooney rounded this game off nicely with the third goal, his second goal of the game. Good assist there by Valencia. Such a powerful guy, batting away Klein as he swung in that simple cross. And Rooney made it look so easy as he got his second goal of the game. Final score 3-0, and 3 points go to Manchester United. Good performance all around. So this was the league table after that game against Southampton. United rose to third, level on points with Chelsea, but they have a game in hand, and City found themselves top by just 1 point. But it's still early days, and that's going to be changing constantly for maybe the next couple of months before teams start to settle in the positions they're probably going to end up in come the end of the season. So United's next game of the season was to be played at Old Trafford against Stoke. Now Stoke, they are tricky customers. Whenever I've had to play them on FIFA, or whenever United's had to play them in real life, always found them tricky, and they always seem to get a good result going by their standards. Look at this as well. Danny Welbeck came so close to making it 1-0 there with a glancing header. Did well to jump above the rest of the opposition, and it's just unfortunate the ball had to hit the top of the net. But look at this run from Rooney as well, totally in challenge, and what a powerful shot. Keeper unable to hold on to it, and Juan Mata was there to finish up the attack, making it 1-0 to United. Just I say tapping it in. He forced that one into the back of the net really with a nice volley as the ball just left the ground slightly and found the bottom left hand corner. One goal wasn't enough though against Stoke. I wanted to put this one to bed, whether it be in the first half or at the start of the second half. I just wanted to make sure that there would be no way for Stoke to get back into this game, because I have noticed over the last couple of games now that I've played on various career modes recently, if I'm winning 1-0, the opposition somehow managed to get back into this. It's like they've been given a bit of aid, bit of scripting going on there, and it is frustrating. They did get back into this game though before half time, after Mattis scored that first goal. I was okay with that because, you know, we've got the whole of second half coming up, the last couple of minutes of the first, so it was enough time to do something. But it's always at the end which really does frustrate me the most, and I'm sure it does for the majority of you guys. Rooney had a decent chance, as you just saw there, very powerful once again with his left foot. Keeper held onto it this time around, not fumbling all over the place, and invited United in to score a goal and put themselves back into the lead. Fabregas could see Evra here in space, who gave that one to Welbeck. Look at this nice little 1-2 here between Van Persie and Welbeck. I was so certain that Welbeck was going to put that one away, but it goes into the Stretford end. Very unfortunate for him. You know, his positioning and everything, his control is brilliant. It's just that finishing touch for Welbeck that needs working on, I think. I did bring on two youngsters for the second half, Januzaj and James Wilson there again, hoping to put ourselves into the lead and come away with a win. And just look at Januzaj there, changing direction, totally unchallenged, went for the shot on his left foot, and it took a huge deflection, the ball, and went into the back of the net. It's good to see Januzaj on that score sheet. Not only does it give him that confidence boost, but also makes me want to pick him more for the team throughout this season. And I hope there's more moments like that, because it was a dramatic ending, a late winner. There were 10 minutes to go of the game, but Stoke couldn't really produce anything. They couldn't come up with anything else. That was it for them. And that, guys, will be the end of this episode. I do hope that you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all very soon for the next Manchester United career mode video. Thanks for watching.